Well, I did not expect that to be the finish of the race that we thought we were going to get here at Pocono. I'm honestly lost for words. Yeah, last corner of the race. Larson hasn't won in the last corner, and then he has a flat tire, I think, left front tire, if I'm not mistaken, and runs in the outside wall, and Alex Bowman steals the victory. I really don't know what to say. That is one of it. You know that saying they say it's never over till it's over. Well, there you go. It just felt like 2003 Pocono, 2003 Homestead for Bill Elliott, and 1990 for Dale Earnhardt in the Daytona 500. I'm still lost for words even 15 minutes after the race. What's going, guys? It's Daniel, and welcome back to the video. I just got done watching the first of two races at the Pocono Doubleheader, so we got another race tomorrow. And I have to say that, like I just mentioned, this was probably one of the best races I have seen at Pocono. Straight up, it was a really, really good race. It was very, very enjoyable, and I really enjoyed today's race. So let's go ahead and just jump straight into the race. So before the green flag even dropped today, Cole Custer would fail inspection a couple times, and he would have to go to the rear of the field to start this race. So on the inside, you have Kyle Larson. On the inside and the outside, you have William Byron. And Kyle Larson was able to get the lead on the start of the race. Meanwhile, on the back of the field as well, Chase Elliott, who failed post-race inspection at I think it was Nashville, because of the Ludness situation. He ran into the back by Ryan Preece, and he got a lot of damage. And Ryan Preece also got some damage in that ensuing restart as well. Meanwhile, a few laps later, William Byron was able to pass Kyle Larson. We thought Kyle Larson was going to run away with this thing early. And then Kyle Larson missed the corner, and William Byron just got this incredible run, and he was able to get passed by William Byron for the race lead. The first caution race would come out on lap 9 for debris on the track. The debris actually was real, unlike a lot of times in NASCAR's had a lot of fake debris cautions. The debris was real. This would bring out the caution of this race. We would see some strategy happen early in this race because of that, because it was a competition yellow, with Ross Chastain, Matty D, Bubba Wallace, Eric Jones, Corey LaJoie, Ryan Blaney, among others, that decided to come down pit road, while the law leaders decided to stay out on pit road. We go back racing with 3 laps to go in stage, actually I think it was 13 laps to go in stage 1, with William Byron, the race leader, and Kyle Larson right behind him, as Kyle Larson decided to start right behind William Byron on the ensuing restart. And then William Byron was able to keep the race lead for a while. Then on that ensuing restart a lap later, we would see some contact between Cole Custer and Brad Keselowski. Cole Custer was trying to go up the racetrack basically to get in front of Keselowski. Keselowski basically misjudged it, and he got into the back of Cole Custer, wrecked him hard. It was not intentional, in my honest opinion. I think it was a misjudgment, a mistake by Keselowski. You got to be smarter with what you work with, and because of that, Cole Custer would follow the race, and he will have to start at the rear if a backup car with that situation. And then also at the time, Brad Keselowski also come down pit road. A couple other drivers kind of in the back, like Ryan Preece, Samuel, would also come down pit road to get some of their damage as well. We go back racing lap 18 with William Byron on the inside and Kyle Busch William Byron on the outside and Kyle Busch on the inside. And William Byron was able to get the race lead. Then a lap so later, Kyle Busch is able to pass and keep the race lead. And we see some strategy end up taking place. Eric Almirola, Alex Solman, Chris Bell would all come down pit road to play the strategy game of this race. Unfortunately, Chris Bell would end up losing a lap because of the strategy, because he got passed by Kyle Busch at the end, but he was able to get the free pass. But coming off the corner for stage 1, Kyle Busch is able to win stage 1, and Chris Bell, like I mentioned, would get the free pass. We would see a lot of drivers decide to come down, stay out at this time. Joe Logano, Kurt Busch, Tyler Reddick, Ross Chastain, Joe Logano, Kurt Busch, and Tyler Reddick had not pitted up this point, while the rest of the leaders like Larson, Elliott, Larson, Byron, and Busch would all come down at pit road. We go back racing in lap 30 with Joe Logano being the race leader, and he was able to keep the race lead for a long time. Then we see some of the guys like Tyler Reddick and Kurt Busch and Joe Logano all decided, I really love the strategy service, by the way. They were able to stay out, and then also Kyle Busch almost hit the wall at one point and basically was able to save it. And then we would see pit stops continue, and then we would see them take a race lead, and then they keep racing, and Kurt Busch also would eventually have a loose wheel at this point. And then with around 75, 80 laps to go, another major caution would happen. Ryan Newman would basically spin going, and I believe it was going into turn number, basically in turn number 1, going into turn number 2. He did hit the outside wall extremely hard and get a lot of damage. However, he was able to continue in the race despite having a lot of the damage on the car. We would see basically all the drivers like Kurt Busch, Michael McDowell, they would all come down pit, stay out actually. Meanwhile, most leaders would spun the pit road like Kyle Larson and William Byron. William Byron actually win the race off pit road by taking 2 tires. We go back racing on lap 58 for Kyle Busch, the race leader, with on the inside with Kurt Busch on the outside. And a few laps later, Corey LaJoie had a hard accident where basically Corey LaJoie kind of pushed up Anthony Alfredo to the outside wall, and then Anthony Alfredo clipped him, and they both got quite a bit of damage. Corey LaJoie and them, however, would still be able to continue on in this race. We go back racing on lap 64 with the race where Kyle Busch being the race leader, and then also Ricky Stenhouse Jr. also get a restart violation as well, and he would have to come down pit road to serve that penalty. With around 58 laps to go, we would get the next caution in this race for Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain would get into the outside wall really, really hard, and then unfortunately he would spin and he would bring out the cautioners, and Michael McDowell also would come down pit road during that time. We expected Kyle Busch to come down pretty shortly at that point as well. Then when the caution came out, all the people that had not pitted time decided to come down, while most of the leaders decided to stay out, including Kyle Busch, Tyler Reddick. They came down pit road. We go back racing at lap 76 with Kurt Busch leading the race leader, William Byron, on the inside, and also a couple other drivers decided to stay out as well. And then coming off the corner, we would see a really good battle between Kurt Busch and Kyle Larson basically for the end of the stage. But coming off the corner, Kurt Busch was able to barely hold off Kyle Larson. He was able to win stage 2 here at Pocono Raceway. And then we see some guys decide to come down pit road like Chase Elliott, Damage, Cody Ward, Justin Lee. They all come down pit road while all the major leaders in the pack decided to stay out. We would see Kurt Busch lead on the inside with William Byron on the outside. And then Kyle Larson gave a huge push to Kurt Busch on the inside. And then a few laps later, Kyle Larson was able to pass Kurt Busch for the race lead. Then we started to see some strategy in the field because you had guys like Bart Truex Jr. who started coming out pit road and saw some of the guys take 2 tires while some guys decided to take fuel only. And then most of the leaders would all come down pit road. Kyle Larson would pit with 38 laps to go in this race with Bubba Wallace and Dale Swords, who both were having really, really strong runs here at Pocono Raceway. And then with around 40 laps to go, a big move started happening, with actually 34 to go, excuse me. We would see one of the biggest moves of the race where Kyle Busch basically decided to pit for fuel only, and he was able to get ahead of Kyle Larson. And then we would see a really good battle between Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson for the next 10 to 15 laps, where Kyle Busch was able to hold Kyle Larson up. Yes, Kyle Larson had fresher tires, but dirty air is a big thing at Pocono, and Larson was getting these huge runs, but he was really never able to get around Kyle Busch at this point, and he was able to never have passed Kyle Busch. And then with 23 laps to go, the big moment of the race happened. Debris would come, bringing the final caution out of this race. We would see basically all of the drivers that really were up front stay out, while a couple other drivers decided to come down the road to strategize in this race. With 19 laps to go, we go back racing with Kyle Busch basically being on the inside, and then Alex Bowman got an incredible restart, and he was actually able to get the race lead. And then we would see the battle between Kyle Larson and Alex Bowman for the victory. They were able to get a little bit ahead of Kyle Busch at the time. Kyle Busch was about a second back, but he's basically keeping on just in case something happened at the end of this race. It was very difficult for Kyle Larson to pass again because of dirty air. Larson was trying to get to the inside, and Bowman was able to pull away off the corner. Bowman was really working at PJ1 because remember, PJ1 was on the track and was making the racing really, really good. Larson was closing in on the straightaways, and Bowman was able to get through some of the corners. And Larson was able to, try to get through the corners, but he was not able to eventually get around Alex Bowman, unfortunately. But the big moment of this race we thought was going to be the biggest moment of the race was when Kyle Larson was able to pass Alex Bowman 4 laps to go with a really, really good move. And Kyle Larson started driving away. And we thought that was going to be it. We thought Kyle Larson was going to make history and get his 4th straight victory, become only the 8th driver in NASCAR history to go 4 in a row. Well, on the last lap, we think Kyle Larson's got it. And then with about 500 to 1,000 feet from the finish line, Kyle Larson has a flat tire going to turn number 2, going to come down the front stretch. And he gets into the outside wall. And unfortunately, Kyle Larson goes from winning the race to finish 9th. Alex Bowman is able to pass Kyle Larson because of this, and coming off the corner, Alex Bowman steals a win here and picks up his 3rd win of 2021 by about half a second over Kyle Busch. Like I said, I am still shocked that that's how the outcome is. And even I'm the biggest I'm not the biggest Kyle Larson fan, but I'm a huge Kyle Larson fan. Kyle Larson is my favorite driver. That being said, I can't be mad. We've already won 4 races here. It is frustrating when you think you have the race basically won in the bag, and then you have a flat tire with less than half the lap to go, even like a quarter of a lap to go. But it's racing, and it happens. I can't be even frustrated about it because, hey, we still finished in the top 10. We finished 9th in this race. I don't think we even had the best car anyways, to be honest with you. Like we've had the last 2 weeks, we didn't have the best car. But, man, it is what it is, and, things happen in our sport. That's why every lap counts, and it's never over till it's over, and it is what it is. We'll try to go for tomorrow. We'll have to start at the rear because we have a backup car. We have damage on the car, so we'll have to go to the rear of the field, start of the race. So, let's go through the race results. So Alex Bowman picks up his third win in 2021. I mean, he just announced a contract extension, and he's going on and winning races, and also extends Hendrick Motorsports' streak as well. I think up to 7 straight wins, which is really, really impressive, by the way. And Hendrick's 9th win in 2021. Rolling 1 win for getting to the double-digit ranks for Hendrick Motorsports. We'll be looking to sweep the weekend here tomorrow at Pocono Raceway. But man, Alex Bowman gets the win. Get to see Alex Bowman. I'm a huge Alex Bowman fan too, so it's great to see that Alex Bowman won. Kyle Busch ran second. Kyle Busch, a lot, they had the best car, but they kind of got off strategy and sequence. But they played the strategy right at the end of the race, and they got second. Very good finish for them. William Byron with another saw top 5 run. He had another driver that had a very strong car today. It was up front a majority of the race, and he finished his third. Great run for William Byron today. Denny Hamlin with a solid top 5 finish. He's probably going to be a little bit backhand of Larson points, but the points are going to be really, really close here. I would expect the points are probably 8 or 9 points now because Larson picked up 7 points. Hamlin was able to get 5, I think. So I think Larson is within 10 points of Denny Hamlin for the regular season championship. But a solid top 5 run for Denny Hamlin. He didn't have the best car today, but a top 5 run. Great to see that for him. Ryan Blaney with a solid top 5 run. Great run for Ryan Blaney today. Kurt Busch had a really good day as well. I believe he's probably close to being inside the playoffs now, if he's not already. He gets a 6th place finish. Solid run for Kurt Busch today. Joey Logano run 7th. Solid run for Joey Logano today. Kev Hart finished his 8th. Harvick had a top 5 car most of the day, but unfortunately fell back at the end of the day. Kyle Larson, after pretty much having his race in the bag, he finished his 9th. Sometimes frustrating that you lose this way, but a 9th place run. Got another top 10 run. We'll have to go to the rear of the field, but hey, it is what it is. And it's great to see that Kyle Larson still got a top 10 today. And Brad Keselowski finished his 10th in today's race. Not a bad run. This is actually Brad Keselowski's first top 10 since back at Kansas. So at least Keselowski got a top 10 today. You'll love to see it. Tyler Reddick finished 11th. Solid run for Tyler Reddick today. Chase Elliott finished 12th despite having the damage early in the race with him and the contact between him and Ryan Preece. He finished 12th. Nice bounce back for Chase Elliott today. All the Hendrick cars also finished in the top 12. You'll love to see it. Daniel Suarez finished his 13th, but Daniel Suarez had an incredible run today. He had a top 5 car, in my honest opinion, for a majority of this race. He was like around the 4th, 5th place on the guys that were generally competing for the win. And he had a really fast car today. Trackhouse Racing continues to generally improve. They had a great car today, a great run. And they finished 13th, solid top 15 run. Great to see the Trackhouse Racing continues to improve on a week-by-week basis. Wallace finished his 14th in the race, considering basically Bubba Wallace last couple weeks has kind of been struggling. He ran top 5 a lot of this race today and was up there because of strategy, of course. But man, it was great to see that 2311 has been shown overall, showing a lot of speed. There's been a lot of weeks where they kind of been running in the top 15 range. It's great to see Bubba Wallace got a top 15 this afternoon, and hopefully he'll build a lot of momentum. He's all starting in the top 10 tomorrow, so that's great to see. He finishes 14th in today's race. Hopefully 2311 can continue to show improvement like they've been showing. Great to see that team run in the top 15. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. bounced back to a solid top 15 finish. Great to see that for sure, despite he basically had the penalty earlier. He finished 15th, solid run for him. Eric Almirola finished his 16th. Again, not a bad run for Eric Almirola, considering the last couple weeks looks like maybe he's headed in the right direction. Again, a solid top 20 run, solid run for him for sure. Christopher Bell finished his 17th. Not a bad run for him, to be honest with you, but he's got to improve a little bit. Mark Truex Jr. finished his 18th. Truex's team has got a lot of work to do. They're actually running in the top 10 a lot of day, but unfortunately got caught up in the wrong strategy at the end of the race. But they got a top 20 out of it. I guess best they can do, I guess. Hey, they're starting up front at least tomorrow, but yeah, they got a lot of work to do. Michael McDowell finished his 19th. Chris Buescher finished his 20th. Austin Hill finished 21st. Eric Jones finished his 22nd. 23rd place finisher Ryan Preece. 24th place finisher Chase Briscoe. 25th place finisher Cody Ware. Solid run for the Rick Ware organization. They're in the top 10 before that caution came out and able to stay on the lead lap because of that. Anthony Fredo finished his 26th. Justin Haley finished his 27th. 20th place finisher James Davison. 29th place finish for Garrett Smithley. 30th for BJ McLeod. 31st for Quinn Out. 32nd for Matt Benedetto, who basically had a penalty late in race for basically bringing the fuel can off of the pit road, and it was equipment over the pit box that took him out, unfortunately. Ross Chastain finished his 33rd. Josh Blakey finished his 34th. 35th place finisher Tim Hill. 36th place finisher Corey Joy. 37th place finisher Ryan Newman. And finishing last in 38th is going to be Cole Custer. So anyway, let's go ahead and go raw, give you my thoughts on today's race, and give you my score of today's race as well. I have to say that for this race at Pocono, Pocono does not always put on the best races. But this was one of the most memorable Pocono races I have seen in a long time. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite Pocono races I have ever seen. They talk about this being the best season ever, and man, it's living up to it. This race today was generally really, really awesome, really, really fun. Lots of strategies, a lot of great battles for the lead. First between Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson. Then you had that incredible battle at the end between Alex Bowman and Kyle Larson. And then on the last lap, having a flat tire for Kyle Larson. You never know what's going to happen in these races, and it was a very enjoyable race today. And I'm hoping race 2 is like that. I hope we get really, really great racing at Pocono. This is one of my favorite races so far, in my opinion, of the 2021 season. I am going to give today's first race at Pocono overall a 9 out of 10. It was really that good, in my honest opinion, and I hope that the second race could put on that good of a race here tomorrow. So, anyway, that is going to be it for today's race review here at Pocono. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notification so you're notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, support page as well, link description below for that, and comment below your thoughts on today's race. What are your thoughts on race 1 today at Pocono? Let me know in the comments below, and congratulate Alex Bowman winning his third race of the 2021 season. And we'll be back here tomorrow to do race 2 at Pocono. So anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys next time for some more great and awesome NASCAR content. Take care, everybody.